Hello internets! Today we're back in the shop on our Project Chrysler 300C, fixing one old problem we knew about and one old problem we already thought we already fixed. See you in there. Hey everybody, welcome back. My name's Andrew and this is the Make and Break It YouTube channel where we take projects through their entire process from designing it to building it and then sending it on racetracks, adventures, or whatever else seems cool. Today we're in the shop working on our Project Chrysler 300C, getting it ready for a state patrol inspection. Alright, so we're here with our Project 300C behind us. Last time we were working on this thing, we thought we fixed our check engine lights, which there were two of them, a coolant temperature sensor, which I'll show you a little close-up right here, and then our oil pressure sending unit, which I'll show you a little picture here. Just by unplugging the connector, jiggling the connector, and pressing it back in, we thought we'd fix it all. As it turns out, that's not entirely true. The coolant temperature sensor code is fixed, and that seems to be constant and correct. The oil pressure sending code isn't, so that's the P0520. 502, something like that. It's apparently a delayed code, and it'll show up after 2 or 3 on-off cycles in the car. I think it's something having to do with its confirmation process. The other thing we didn't fix last time is the airbag. So the oil pressure sending unit can be a pain in the ass to get to. I brought some more tools today in case I need to get to them. But the first thing we're going to do is check the airbag, make sure everything's snug on the back side of the airbag, because that's easy to do, and if that's not the problem, it takes a little while to get a replacement part in. So we'll go do that. So we're back inside the car here, looking at our steering wheel to pull the airbag, which is sitting right underneath this thing here. So on the Chrysler 300C, it's actually really easy. It's even easier than the stuff I've seen out there for other 5.7 Hemis and things like that. Really all you got to do is pull these two 10mm bolts from behind the steering wheel here, and that's it. She pulls right out. Once you pull those bolts, these are the connectors you're going to see. These two connectors here are for the airbag inflation system. They're pretty much the things that are going to throw an airbag code on the driver's side. So because we think there's just something off and loose in the connection, we're going to unplug them, replug them, and put everything back together and see if our light goes off. Okay, so we're back in. You can see the engine is on and the airbag light is off. So apparently this chassis has some problems, especially the early years, of pulling some of these connectors apart, because the steering column can extend longer than the connectors were designed for. So with that working, we're going to keep it in a middle position, front to back, and hopefully this light stays off at least through inspection time frame. Well, that was a pain in the ass, but I managed to get the sensor disconnected, everything out of the way. And really the easiest way to do that on the Chrysler is, 1, pull off your intake manifold. It normally goes between that box there and your intake there. 2, see the belt down there is loose. You gotta pull off the belt to get to the thing behind the alternator. And then 3, you have to pray. You can go get to this. You can't go get to the sensor without doing this. You can actually put it up on the lifts, which I set it up for, but ended up not needing to do. You can put it up on the lifts. Go pull the top bolt off the alternator, put it up, go pull the other bottom two, pull the alternator and get yourself some more room, which if you have really big meaty hands, a little bit bigger than mine are actually sort of small, which is the only reason I got away with doing it like this. If you have really big meaty hands, then I would suggest doing that. And like pulling the front wheel and pulling some other stuff out of the way so you get a good shot at the bottom alternator bolts, because they're really awkwardly in there behind the subframe and a bunch of other stuff down there. But I decided to try it, give it the good old college try this way, because I didn't want to buy myself into having to pull the alternator entirely. And I really didn't want to have to crawl back into the trunk again, like on the last episode when I disconnect the battery and the trunk closes and then I have to crawl back in eventually. It's really infuriating, and it makes me feel even fatter than I normally am. So here's what our connector looks like. And it's pretty similar to the one that you find right here on Chrysler 300C. Pretty much all of your Hemis will have this right up here above the alternator. So if you're fiddling around blind like I was, that would be my suggestion for things to use as like your practice piece. Try and figure out the best ways to click over the locking mechanism and that sort of stuff. So you can see from that picture though, our connection is a little oily, so I gotta go get some electrical connection cleaner. I didn't bring mine for some reason, so I gotta go get some more. Also, I wanna give my hands. I was in the black gloves and it's surprisingly hot today, so I pulled off my gloves and that's what came out of them. So I'm gonna go get something to drink, something to eat, and get some electrical connection cleaner so I can clean this out, blow it out with some of the air around here, and then put this thing back in correctly. So I'll catch you guys back up after that. And I think I'm gonna try and time lapse it so you guys can see kind of what goes on in there. My time lapses have not been going well, so I haven't been including them in the last few episodes, so hopefully we can get one in this episode. All right, everybody. Done. You might be able to hear in the background, motor's running again, and currently not spilling oil all over the place. So I think I installed everything correctly. Sorry to cut the time lapse a little bit. You didn't get to see me putting on a lot of the top components. That's because I was an idiot and I dropped the brand new sensor into a hole in the subframe. I'll show you a picture here. Unfortunately, the hole in the top of the subframe was big enough for the sensor to fall into, but the hole in the bottom of the subframe wasn't big enough for the sensor to fall out. So I had to go run and try and get creative with tooling, and then I ended up calling in a ringer to reach down there and pick it out herself. So that was a lot of time wasted. But we're there. She's running, no oil leaking, and no check engine lights. So it looks like we did it. Who knows? So far, this oil pressure check engine light has been a little delayed. Like we'd go clear the code and it'd show up, 2 or 3 on-offs later. I've currently power cycled this thing like 4 or 5 times, so if it was gonna show up, I would think it would have showed up by now. But maybe it shows up when we take another go at this thing next time around. Ooh, we're gonna turn that off now that the AC is kicking on. We found a new problem. That's coolant filling up the coolant overflow. So I don't know what's going on here, but the engine currently doesn't run with any codes, so that's something. I might look a little bit more sweaty right now. That's because I had to cut it to clean up a minor coolant overflow. Apparently our coolant's a little bit high on this thing right now. We'll fix that at some point. I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, we've managed to fix all of our codes today with a little bit of help and a little bit of luck. And we got our airbag light out, so right now nothing's holding us back. This car always seems to throw a new code though, so maybe we'll see another one when we come in next time. So next time we're gonna come in, we're gonna fix some of the broken parts that don't look great, and I'm gonna fix any way I have them. So we're gonna pull that front bumper cover off. We're gonna go in and fix that headlight bracket, just epoxy it back in place so it's a little bit more stable and give us a little bit more stable place to fix like the fender and other stuff to it. And that's pretty much it for today. Sorry, Lambo's going on behind us. And that's pretty much it for us here on Make It Break It in this episode. Go outside. And that's pretty much it for us here on Make It Break It. My name's Andrew, and this has been another Procject Ute 300C episode. If you like this video, hit the like button, comment down below, tell me what I did wrong, what I did right, any horror stories you have of being too small to actually do anything on your own car. If you like what we're doing in this channel, we've got this 300C, we've got an RX-8 race car build that we're doing. We do some 3D printing and other cool stuff, home garage related. So definitely subscribe, check out the other videos, and that's pretty much it for you. Thanks for watching us here at Make It and Break It, where the only question we really aim to answer about a project is, why not build it? Catch you guys later. Don't tell the lady boss.